Trisha B, and I am back with another video. So I wanted to make this video because I wanted to be transparent with you guys, because I know a lot of people are looking to come into CDL or to get their CDL license. But I want to give y'all some tips when it come down to y'all getting y'all CDL license and you are a new driver. Since I'm driving, I got time. I'm gonna make this video. I hope y'all can hear me clear, and of course y'all know I'm gonna smoke my dang on cigarette. So if you don't want to see the cigarette, exit left. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you got any questions about anything that I state in this video. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications so that you can be notified every time I drop a video. Do y'all see how that sun beaming though? Cause damn, I'm fine. it is. So yeah, let me get into it. So let me stop goofing around. So number one, if you are interested in getting your CDL, I would say get your CDL. Don't let nobody stop you. One thing about getting your CDL, you have to be very determined when it comes down to getting your CDL, because don't get it twisted and think for a second that it's not rough getting your CDL, because it is in fact rough. Now, it all depends on what school you go to as well. So I say do your research on whatever school. Oh, look at that little cow. Do your research on the school that you decide to go to and make sure that it's going to be a great fit for you. And if you anything like me, I went to a school that took the less time, even though I knew I was going to be under more pressure than I would be going to a school that had maybe a 6-week course. I just wasn't with all of that. It was already bad enough. I quit my job to go into CDL school, which means I had no funds coming in. And some of these schools don't pay you good money to go to their school. So think about it. If you quit your job to go to CDL school and you got bills and you ain't really making no money while you in school, it defeats the purpose. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, this is not paid promo, but I went to Rail Transport and got my CDL license, and the course was a 3-week course. Yes, I was under a lot of pressure, but hey, I survived. I made it. I walked away with my CDL. When I went to CDL school, I was very determined, and you cannot go if you thinking you finna go play and chill, and no. I studied round the clock, went to bed saying property minded and damn secured. So much I was dreaming about it, but I got my CDLs. I was determined. That's number one. Number two is whenever you do decide you're on your school and where you want to go at and who you want to work for, y'all beware that these companies lie to get you. A lot of these companies gonna tell you everything you want to hear to get you in that door, and when you get in that door, you stuck in a situation that ain't even what the fuck they promised you in the beginning. And that's just their job, to promote the company. Their job is to promote the company, and then once you're with the company, then they come out and they tell you all of this, all the backlash or the backside details that should have been spoke about in the beginning. Now, be aware of that, because that happens a lot. And, you know, with my current situation, I wanted to leave, but I had to go through 2 different companies to realize y'all motherfuckers lying for real life. So make sure you pay attention to details. And if you do decide, if you are currently a CDL driver and you decide to go to get you a new job or go to a new company, make sure that you secure your job with this company before you quit your current job. Because me personally, when I did go to those 2 jobs, I didn't quit my current job, which is why I'm still with my job that I had beforehand. Because for one, I didn't like it. What they were saying was nothing that I was told whenever I actually applied for the jobs, and during the process of me dealing with an actual recruiter for the new company. I got on 2 shirts, y'all, and one of them showing my bra. And I wear 2 shirts when I waist train, so that way I can sweat more. But anyway, moving forward, if you see my bra, ignore it. Yeah, so make sure that you secure the job and it's something that you really want to do beforehand, because a lot of these jobs are hiring people, but they really don't have the freight. They really don't have the miles to get you. And then you done left your current company where you may be getting the miles and they may have the freight to go to a company that don't even have neither. And that I ran into that. So that's why it was like, I'm going back to what I know. Made a phone call. I was back in my old truck because I never left. Number 3, if you are a new CDL driver, I'm going to make this clear as possible, because when you come into trucking, what a lot of people don't tell you is that people always make it seem like truck drivers make the most money, and that's why most of the time when you meet people and people realize that you're a truck driver, like I'm at a point now, I don't even like to tell people I drive trucks, even though it is my profession. It's what I do. I love it. Sometimes I have my days where I hate this shit, but I don't like to tell people I'm a truck driver, for one, because a lot of people just want, that's all they want to talk about. I don't want to talk about trucking when I'm outside of this motherfucker. It's cool to answer a few questions if you got them, but I don't want that to be all we talk about. You know what I'm saying? And not just that. A lot of people have people fooled that truck drivers make money. So a lot of people going into trucking with this expectation, oh yeah, I'm going to get my CDL license because this is where the money at. Well, yes, it can be money in trucking, but do understand your first year of driving trucks, you're not going to make no money. So when you go to these companies and they tell you, oh, you can make 70 to 80 grand a year, your first year, you will not make that. Do not let nobody tell you you're going to make good money your first year, because that shit is a lie. Because for one, you don't have the experience that's needed to say, I'm going to pay this driver top dollar. And understand, when you are dealing with these mega companies, you got to also understand too, you just a number when you deal with a mega company, because it's like, you got to understand, most of these mega companies hire every week. They're hiring new drivers every week. Whether they stay with the company or whether they leave, they still are recruiting every week. So understand that first year and a half, you're not going to make no money. So I say, if you're not able to do it mentally, or if you're making good money where you are before going into trucking, I say stack your money, then go into trucking. But it's never going to be a perfect time to go into whatever, if you're choosing to go to get your CDL. It's never going to be a perfect time to say, oh, I'm going to save this amount of money, and then I'm going to go to truck driving school, because I know that first year I'm going to struggle. You just got to put yourself out there and do that shit, because that's what I did. I walked out on a leap of faith when I got my CDL license, and knowing that I was putting everything that I had on the line to get my CDL license, yes, I failed tremendously, because walking into getting my CDL license, I lost my place in the process of it. But I didn't look at it like that. I saw the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is, most people go into trucking for stability. Most people go into trucking for more stable conditions for themselves. And as long as you set a goal for yourself, then I feel like you're going to be okay. I went into it and I lost my place. I lost everything just about. The only thing I didn't lose was my car. That's all I didn't lose. Everything else, I lost myself mentally. I lost myself physically. I just didn't have that urge to get back to my normal self, because it was like, I can't believe I quit my regular job to go to truck driving school, and now that I made a decision to better myself, it cost me. It costed me. So I had to start all over. And now I'm back in a better place than I was before when I first went to truck driving school. But it did cost me. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I will say also is, a lot of people don't realize that this shit takes a lot. Trucking requires a lot. So if you can't be fully committed to it, don't do it. And I don't care what type of job you take in trucking, whether it's over the road, which is national, or if it's dedicated, or if it's even regional. No matter what you do, you are only going to be home 34 hours unless you take time off. There is really no thing to say, oh, I'm going to go home this day, I'm going to come back out this day. Nah. Most of the time, you're only home 34 hours for a 34-hour reset. Now, unless you're taking time off from your job, that's different. But the average days of you being off when you start trucking is anywhere between 1 to 2 days max, unless, once again, you taking time off. What I will say is, if you're a person who has a family, trucking may be rough on somebody with a family. And a lot of people are not going to tell you that, but trucking can be rough on you if you have a family. Now, me personally, it's just me. I'm single, so it really don't. It affects me. You know what? I ain't even sit here and lie to y'all. That shit affects me, and I'm single. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now if you are a trucker and you run across this video, and this video come across your feed, to any of my subscribers that drive trucks. Sometimes I feel like I lose my social skills when it come down to me outside of trucking, because it's like you in a truck so much that your social skills are not even there no more. So it's like when it come down to being able to get out and mingle a little bit, it's kind of iffy a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But you still carry on like it don't affect you, but for the most part it does. The way you deal with people, sometimes it can affect that. Also too, if you know you're not prepared mentally to go into this shit, don't do it. Cause baby, your mental most definitely gotta be there to do this shit. Y'all know how many days I be like, man, you know what, fuck that shit, I'm getting out of trucking, I'm tired of this shit. This ain't even for me, for real. This ain't even who the hell I am. Trucking can be very stressful. Don't let nobody tell you that it's not, because that is a complete lie. Every day ain't gonna be a good day, that's for sure. I'ma just put it out there, because ain't nobody, a lot of people ain't gonna say that. People be posting videos making it seem like their life is so motherfucking perfect, and that is not how trucking is, for real. Two, I mean, I don't know what number I'm on now, but just, you gonna get it. Okay, so moving forward. So what, I'm on like 3, 4? Okay, I'm gonna say 5, because I don't know if I'm on 5 or not. I'm just, okay, so yeah, newcomers, if you're going into trucking, the best thing for you to do is meal prep. If you don't meal prep, at least grocery shop for your truck once a week, or either once every 2 weeks. Make sure you buy enough stuff that you can eat more in your truck than you do on the road, because that food at truck stops is very expensive, and the shit not even worth it if you ask me. I don't eat out. If I eat something out, sometimes y'all, I may grab something from McDonald's, and 9 times out of 10, if it's coming from McDonald's, the most I'm gonna get from them is a Filet-O-Fish meal, or a sausage, egg and cheese. Not a sausage, egg and cheese, but a egg and cheese McGriddle in the morning time for breakfast if I decide to eat out. But other than that, it's really a waste of money, because the food is horrible, for real. So to save the most money, you're gonna have to grocery shop for your truck. Because for one, do keep in mind that first year you don't make no money, so you don't want to go into trucking and most of your money is being used on food while you on the road. That's not it. That's just not it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to feel like they're just working to eat, and that's pretty much what you will be doing if you don't manage your money when you come into this trucking world. Yeah, a lot of people make that shit look easy, and then you're gonna gain all this weight. A lot of that food ain't even good for your health, for real. Me personally, I cook every day in my truck for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I meal prep. Some weeks I don't meal prep, because my mental be wicked. And what I mean by that is, sometimes I'll just separate my food home, clean my meat, cook it in the truck per day. Because sometimes mentally, I'm one of those people, I overthink a lot. So sometimes I'm going to feel like, okay, this might, even though I'm only out during the week and I go home every weekend, it's still like, well, dang, I done had this in the refrigerator for 4 days. Should I eat it or should I not? So instead of me second guessing myself and wasting my food, I just bring the food on the road with me and cook it. Of course, you're going to need things to cook in. Your best bet for getting something to cook in when you first coming out on the road is get you an air fryer. Make sure you got a microwave. That's mandatory. Get you a TV. You don't have to come out on the road with a TV first when you first start out. Once again, everybody's finances are not the same. And trust and believe, everything that I have in my truck, I did not buy at one time. I did not just go to the store one day and take my whole check and just buy everything that I have in my truck, because I would absolutely be lying to you. Because when you first start off, once again, you're not making no money, so you're not going to be able to fully do that. Now, what I will say is, I know a lot of people say they go into trucking, they give up their place to live in their truck. I'm just not one of those people. I've tried that shit for a couple of months, 4 months, and I could not do it. I still want to be able to get out of this motherfucking truck and go home to my own house, because this ain't it. You know, ain't no point in me being off work and I'm still in a truck. And then a lot of people say, you know, you can always go to get you a hotel room and kick it at a hotel. Who the fuck want to be in a hotel room? It still ain't mine. I'm just one of those people. I'm big on I want to go home to my own house. You know what I'm saying? Because believe it or not, you still spending money on hotels. You might as well pay rent. You know what I'm saying? But it works for some people. It just don't work for me. So I ain't gonna tell you, oh, don't do it, because it might work for you. It just don't work for me, if that makes sense. So I'm not doing something that don't work for me, because it works for everybody else. And everybody is not going to understand whatever decisions you choose to make when it comes down to you and how you choosing to live your life and spend your money. And that's what you also have to accept. Now, my first year, well, I'm still in my first year trucking, and this year alone, I found myself almost in depression. Because trust and believe, do keep in mind, a lot of the things that I have, I came into trucking with, such as my car. Majority of the things I have, I came in with. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not like I depended on trucking to give me these things, because a lot of them I came into it with. But what I will say is, don't let depression win when it come down to that first year. Just keep in mind, shit get better. It ain't gonna always be that way. It will get better eventually, and that's what you gotta hold on to. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let me make it through my first year. But what I will say is, never lose yourself. Don't never let this shit get you to a place where you feel like you losing yourself. Because when you losing yourself, it's time to take a mental break at that point. Because I found myself in those places too, because it's like you just working and you working and you working and your money don't add up. I just make that shit look easy, because either way it go, I'm still going to maintain and I'm still going to get what I need, because who? Be the ultimate provider for me. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just trying to stick with it, but I wanted to give y'all a little tip on some things you can do to save money while you are trucking. The best thing you can do is cook in your truck. Because other than that, you spending $200 to $300 a week in food. Tell me how you really living. You ain't living for real. Spending that type of money, eating out every day, $20 to $30 a day. Think about it. You may eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner out every day. No, ain't no winning in that. So in order to balance that shit out, when you can still see a little bit of your money, even though them checks ain't worth shit for real anyway, the best thing for you to do is cook. But I wanted to stop in and give y'all some of them tips, because I know a lot of people not going to be honest with y'all, but I'm going to be transparent as possible, because guess what? I, myself, is going through these things now. So that's why I'm only able to speak on them, while also making sure I give it to y'all raw and uncut, because a lot of y'all come into it like I did without the understanding that's how that shit works for real. So we just gonna be transparent about it. So if you got any questions, drop a comment down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so that you can be notified every time I drop a video. And I'm out. Peace. Look at this. Look at the seatbelt. Come on now. Let me go so I can turn the camera off. Still got me in the chokehold. Man, come on now. Going on, because I ain't got time for your shit today.